You can hear hormones.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host, Parker. Featuring the sultry sounds of Fred and also Allan on the board.
Let's go already!
And now, let's start the damn show.
Welcome, one and all, to the 103rd edition of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Nope, see, you came in too early with an Allan, because this is the podcast that's here to remind you that home is where the fart is. We're so glad you joined us, and we appreciate your support so very much. You can keep up with us at blcpodcast.com, and please drop us a like or a follow on Twitter, Facebook. Oh, not Twitter, on X. Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. What? That is a real thing. It's stupid.
No.
We're also on Audio Mac now, which, if you know what that is, I don't. Please rate us do us a favor. Rate us on your favorite podcast platform and tell your friends. That's it. We also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/BLC World. And we are, of course, broadcast on the Pop Culture Pros Network. Check them out at popculturepros.com. And now, the Re-Drummond of our show, it's Fred. Do you know who that is, Fred?
Re-Drummond?
Re-Drummond. That's the Pioneer lady.
Oh, no. I thought it was some different
Pioneer
strokes.
woman. No, that's a different Drummond.
That's a different.
That's Mr. Drummond.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was
for
a sister.
Family Strokes?
Family Strokes.
Oh, fuck. You're watching the wrong.
I didn't watch none of that stuff, man.
Allan and his hormones.
Family Strokes.
I didn't watch a lot of them.
And the guy who didn't watch enough 80s television because he lived in Puerto Rico.
Mitch McConnell is.
It's Allan.
That's me. Thank you.
Hey, well, welcome to the show, everybody. We're so happy you're here. We have a major news announcement, Fred.
Uh-oh.
We've been hiding it from the people because we didn't want to tell them.
Snado
Guess who won the Powerball, Fred?
Who?
Not us.
No, he didn't.
No, we didn't. No, I said not us. It wasn't us.
Oh, not
it was
us.
us.
No, we
It
didn't.
would be at Better Bikes.
Be a different show.
We'd hired actual comedians to do the show.
To play ourselves.
Yeah, we'd have supermodels play ourselves.
Right. They'd just dub over it. We'd just do the talking, and it would be like Derek Zoolander the whole time. The whole time. It would be great. There you go. Loose team.
Yeah.
I'm a merman.
He only has one look. No, somebody did win the Powerball.
Look. Someone in San Diego, right? In California.
San Diego, they don't need it.
They do need
Talk
it.
about San Diego.
You just told me how expensive it was to live there. That's
San
probably
Diego
like,
is the richest city in the country.
is it?
I think
I don't know.
it looks nice. I never
It's not the richest city in the country.
I don't know, but like I never took the time to even think about looking at San Diego like as anything. I just knew the Chargers. I knew that they had the football team and they had a zoo.
I like the.
You know what I'm saying?
I was always like, "Fuck you, San Diego."
Yeah.
Now I'm like, man, maybe not.
Yeah, it was nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, I want to go to
nice.
San Diego now.
If you like,
San Diego.
things,
It looks like California's Florida, or
Much
like
better.
Miami or
Yeah,
something.
much better.
California's
Much better.
Miami.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't even know what that means anymore.
That's where you can get that's where I got those the machaca, the breakfast burrito.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The ones that we got in
Alan's
Vegas.
favorite breakfast burrito.
Because somebody ate it.
it's okay.
Not gonna let that burrito go.
No, he never will.
Man, I was so depressed.
He never will. He never will. Well, welcome to the show.
Nightmares,
Welcome to Burrito Talk.
Screaming. Burrito.
Oh, it was so good.
Mama Chaka. My pepperoni's disease. Anyway, that still makes me laugh when I think about it. But anyway, so welcome to the show. We're so glad you joined us.
Yep.
Now, Fred, let me tell you something.
Now, man.
this might be controversial,
Tell me something good.
but that's not going to be good. But I think that ice is a scam.
It's a scam?
It's a scam.
Yeah.
I get all my drinks without ice. Unless it's like a drink that needs to be like sweet tea, which people around not out in the South probably don't really drink sweet tea. But anything else, I get it without ice because ice is nothing but pure waste. It's just volume. It just takes up volume in the drink.
But it makes you drink cold.
I don't care. It's already cold, man. It's already
But
cold.
what if it's
enough.
not cold?
Then I don't need it. I don't need to drink that
have
drink.
iced coffee.
No, scam. Drink hot coffee.
You tell me, you go
Heat is what makes coffee
to the restaurant
coffee.
and you get your drink without ice.
Yes, every time.
No ice.
That way you can get more.
Straight out the
or is
fountain.
it you don't like ice?
Right, because the carbonation makes it cold.
Yeah. Not as cold as I like it. Yeah, it's cold, but it's like lukewarm.
That is
It's like
the worst.
I wouldn't
It's
even say
not the worst,
lukewarm. Luke cold. It's Luke cold.
That's better.
Like, no.
Luke cold is colder than lukewarm.
No, it's not.
How
Luke
is it
cold.
not?
Because it's not. Because Luke was born and raised on Tatooine, which is a desert planet.
Oh, look.
Now, if he was been on Hoth,
Yeah, but he wasn't born in
that'd been another
Tatooine.
thing.
Right.
Say what? No, but that's where he was right. He was born in space.
Yeah. He was born
And in space, it's cold.
Oh, it's cold. It was warm
So I
on the ship
win.
though. They had a
1 point
furnace.
for me.
They had a furnace on the Star
well, she was
Destroyer.
sweating a lot when they were born.
Right.
Yeah, see, because it was hot
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I mean? She probably would have done for some ice.
Fuck is this show already? We're 1 second into the show, and I'm very confused and lost. Well, Fred, ice is a scam. That's all I'm saying.
No,
That's all I'm
I don't
saying.
know. It's a good scam.
It is. No, it's a great
People
scam
like
because-
ice.
Yeah, you think you need it. You're not.
Yeah.
There's not ice in the drink you're drinking right
Ice
now.
saves
is there?
lives. Ice saves lives. They put him in an ice bath. He's overheated. Put him in an ice bath.
But if he's cold and they put him in there, he's going to die.
But they would they put those blankets on him.
Yeah.
Those
Thermal
little
blankets.
aluminum foil blankets.
Thermal blankets.
How them things warm? It's
Because
like a
they're
sheet
metal,
of
they're
aluminum foil.
reflective. So what they do is they reflect whatever heat your body's giving
Shouldn't
off
they be
back onto you.
inflective?
Well, they're reflective. You wear them on the outside of you. If you ate
Yeah,
them, they
so-
would be
They'd be reflected. It'd be
inflective.
Reflected
When you
away.
put the metal part, oh my God. You put the metal part towards you and you wrap up so that I used to have to test those things.
no,
for a
because
job.
on the shows you always see the metal part. You always see that's why.
Well,
I
that's
say it
because
look
the
like
shows
aluminum
don't
foil.
know what it's really like.
Okay.
And some of
is
them
it-
are metal on both ends. On both
So
sides.
is the aluminum foil looking thing on the outside like they do in the movie? Is that just for cosmetics or is it actually do something?
No, it's some of them are that way, but some of them are green. It depends on what the situation is. Because like I used to work for a medical military supply company, so the
you
outside
did.
of it was green because they didn't want it to be like, hey, look at this gigantic piece of silver that this guy's in, bad guys. So they had the outside green and the inside silver.
Yeah,
Or
that's
like in
crazy because
regular-
even in the army movies, it's silver. It's
Yeah.
aluminum foil.
Yeah, it is essentially just aluminum foil.
Yeah, that's what I
delicious.
thought it was. It was aluminum
But it does get you
foil.
warm.
That heat you up? Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
No, it's hot in there.
Really?
After a minute or two, yeah, you start sweating. Like, because we used to
Yeah?
do I did photos and stuff and did the photo shoot. And people, after like two,
Can you see
Yeah,
that?
to wear,
posing?
posing with
yeah, after like 2 minutes, everybody's like, get me out of this fucking thing. It's so hot. And I'm like, oh, good, it works. I'm like, hooray.
I did that 1 year with the Costco bear. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I had
where
to
you
dress
wore
up,
the, yeah.
I dressed up as the Costco bear. That shit, I thought it was fun. First time I ever did anything like that.
Nope.
No.
It's fun for about
Get
5
me out of
minutes.
this fucking thing. After like 20 minutes,
Well,
I was like, yeah.
That's what I said,
the
Fred.
Disney character dudes that have to wear that shit at Disney World.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have ice vests because you get overheated
See?
very quickly.
Aha.
yes,
Back
but,
to the original point.
Right.
Another
But
good
why-
reason
I like
for ice.
ice.
I like my character costumes without ice. Let those motherfuckers let them burn. But Alan and Fred, speaking of getting out of here and get me out of here,
Yeah.
my wife and
stuff.
I decided to do an escape room over the weekend. Yeah, we did Lizzie Borden's fucking whatever it was. Lizzie. Ooh, do you know who Lizzie Borden is?
Is that the butter lady?
No, that's another Borden. That's just Borden, I think. No, this is the lady. Maybe it is related. She's the lady that killed her, allegedly, Allan, killed her family with an axe. And then they're like, hey, they could never like find that she did it. So our job as amateur detectives was we were, according to the people, we were the last people in the house, and they were about to like board it up and burn it down or something. And we had 1 hour to find as much as we could and try to solve the mystery of the murder.
When you were doing that, did you sing "The Boys Are Back in Town"? Because Lizzie Borden didn't Lizzie Borden do "The Boys Are Back in Town"?
Why wouldn't what?
No,
this was like in the 1830s.
That was that's Thin Lizzy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the whole time I was like, hey.
I was like, the boys are back, baby.
Yeah, the whole time that's what I was saying. No, the whole time I was on edge, even though the guy promised he was like in the beginning, he was like, listen. So close. This is why Allan would never solve the mystery. The guy was like, so listen, he's like, okay, so we're not going to lock the door. He's like, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes me feel a little more comfortable. They're not actually locking us in.
They didn't lock.
I don't like the idea of that being locked in. And he was like, and I promise. And then he like winked a little bit. He's like, nothing's going to jump out at you. And I was like, oh, goddamn, something's going to jump out at us. Like, so the whole time I was like that one black dude in every horror movie who's like on edge the whole time.
The whole fucking
every time I would move, I'm like, cool. Like quick moves. And so we ended up like, and I don't want to give away the murder.
The game, yeah.
We ended up winning. We won with like 2.5 minutes left. Yep, we solved all the mysteries of the murder. And
was
there
it
was
just
one
you
part.
two?
Yeah, it was just my wife and I.
Yeah.
But there was one part where like some shit did jump out at us, but it wasn't like a person jumping out or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It was like we solved this part of because it's like you have like all these puzzles, like little mini puzzles that you have to solve.
Right.
And like we solved this one part, and there was like a part of the bed that like because there's like so we start off in this one room. You like solve like there were 2 beds, and this is why I was like, nope, not looking under that bed, not looking in this drawer. I'm not going over there. I'm not going over here. I'm not doing any of this shit. Like that was the only things I'm like, I'm not because when I was like, look under the bed, I'm like, I will never look under that bed. Like if some shit jumps out at me, I'm gonna fucking stomp it. Like I don't give a shit. They should know better than this. Like you shouldn't come at me like that.
Yeah.
So like I didn't look under the bed, and so like it went from one room, and then we mysteriously opened it into another room, and then there was a second like another room in there, which we didn't know about because it was locked until you mysteriously open it. Which in retrospect, I could have probably just figured that out pretty easily, but I didn't. I went played by the rules of the game, and they said you can't use brute force, which is really my strength. Right. So I was like, oh, we'll get this. We'll get all the doors open. Don't worry about it. And they're like, you can't use brute force. I was like, shit.
There wasn't supposed to be a door there. You just put a hole in the wall.
I did it. So, but so like we go, and so we're like doing everything right. Then we solve the first mystery or first set of mysteries or whatever, and then the fucking it's like. And like she goes, and like the door fucking this other door just opens up, and I was like, oh god damn it, I hate this so much. Like immediately I was like, I wish we had never done this. Like I do not feel comfortable with this. I'm going to slice a bitch. Like so we had found part of the axe, like because as you go through it, you find parts of her axe that you have to like you have to I found the murder weapon, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm like holding the axe up like I'm going to do something with this fucking rubber axe. Like I'm ready to fight this demon.
Johnny.
Like the ring. Yeah, it was totally that. And then, so we go to the second one. And like I said, there's this bed, like, so a second bed. And I'm like, there's too many beds. First of all, too many beds. And then like this like fucking hidden compartment pops out of the bed. And it is loud as shit. Like it hits the floor. Oh man, I legitimately jumped. And I was like, I hope that I have this on video because I look like a
Then Lizzie, don't kill me.
Yeah, I was like, the boys are back. Shit. I was like, you ain't seen nothing yet. Is that also Thin Lizzy? I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll say it is.
Probably.
Yeah, might as
We're
well.
gonna probably. We'll say it is.
Because I was like, baby, I just ain't seen nothing yet. So I was like, here's something I'm never gonna forget, baby. But so yeah, so we go through the second part and like we solve all the mysteries there too.
Turn on overdrive.
Oh, same thing. And then, sorry guys, sorry old people like me. And then there's like a what do you call like a wardrobe, I guess, like
Yeah.
the thing that old people put their clothes in.
A chiffaro.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna smash up that chiffaro. And
I don't know
so
what a chiffaro is.
I know. And so we get to that, and then like we got all the axe parts and stuff, and then that shit opens up, and she's like, "Arr!" And we go in, and there's like a demon room with like a Ouija board and all these fucking clippings. And shit.
hell
Oh
no.
no! I was
See,
like, hell
man.
to the no. No, that's what I told her. I said, I'm not touching this. No, I told my wife, I was like, I will not touch this.
You're gonna bring
I'll
that
touch
devil
that fucking
onto the
Ouija
show
board.
again.
Yep. No, I'm not trying to. We did not do that. And then like, so we finally got to the almost the end, and like my wife did the Ouija board thing because I was like, I'm not touching that shit. I don't believe in that shit, but I believe in it so little that I ain't gonna touch it just in case shit goes wrong. Dude, last week was some learning about Linda and that shit. Freaked me out. So I had that fresh in my mind when we went, and I was like, no. And so, like, we finally solved it, and she's like, like the voice of, you solved the mystery. I was the murderer, bitch.
Too bad I'm dead and never got charged with the
Too bad it's 238 years later. Motherfuckers. Now I'm going to haunt your dreams.
Now me and Jack the Ripper fucking hell every night.
Right. And then, like, so we get to the end. We get out, and we're like, oh, we did it. And then like, the guy who worked there was like, hey, you did it. And I was like, all right. And that was pretty much it. And I was like,
you want your picture?
Yeah. He's like, you want to take a picture? And I was like, yeah, let me get this fucking axe. But I made a mess of the stuff. That's the only thing is I felt bad because they're like, we have to reset it for the next people. And I was like, oh, I threw shit everywhere because I did. I was just like, oh, we don't need that. Throw it across.
Should have been like, ain't nobody else coming in this shit.
No one else can solve this mystery like I just did. So I Scooby-Dooed this bitch.
Don't even waste your time.
But yeah, no, I was like, so what? Like
I'm the only thin Lizzie catcher around here.
Yeah, that's right. Only I know that we ain't seen nothing yet. But so like, or the boys are backing down, whatever. So we get to the end, and like, there's this other group, and so like part of it is there's that competitiveness of like when you're like tasked to do a job like that.
Yeah.
Right. So there's other group
that time.
Right, and there's other group that's like already done. They did a different one because there's a bunch of different ones.
Right.
And they're out there talking. They're like, oh, yeah, ours was really hard, blah, blah, blah. He's like, but we only needed like 2 clues. And I was like, we didn't need any clues. And I was like, yeah, we got like 4 clues. And I'm like, did we really? Like, I didn't even know we got clues. I guess I just put them on the screen sometimes. And
okay.
So I was like, son of a bitch. And so I was like, damn it, this guy sucks. And then the guy after those people left because they were all like, hey, we did it. There's 4 of them, right? So that's way easier. Then he was like, oh, well. I said, how hard was the one they did? He's like, theirs was like an easy to medium. And I was like, how hard was ours? And he's like, yours is like medium to advanced. And I was like, you goddamn right it is. I'm the next Sherlock Holmes.
And when they turn around, he turned around and left. The guy's like, man, they got the easy one. But
he's like, they're all the same level of easy. We just tell
9-year-olds do this one.
Yeah, right. He's like, I literally got my child to invent this. Nah, it was cool though. Like that was my first time in an escape room, and like I'm happy to have escaped.
I've only been in one, and like I said, I was with a group of like 10 people.
I think that might make it harder though.
Yeah, it really was like because everybody kept trying to like take a station, and you're supposed to do everything in order. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like mass chaos.
Order. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being out of order.
Yeah.
Oh goddamn!
I think one of them. Somebody got murdered before we got out. Like it was a real murder.
Like someone actually died. Yeah.
It was like a glass onion. The lights went out.
Yeah. They're like, "What happened to Fred?" And you're like,
"They came back on, and somebody's dead on the floor."
Oh, that'd be the best part of it. Like, okay, well, I'm done. I got out.
That would be like pretty cool if you could do that. Like, they give you all cards and when the lights go out, you're the one that dies, and then everybody else has to solve.
I'd just lay on the bed and be like, he's dead, laying on that bed. Oh, he covers on him too. He's real snuggled up. How'd he fall asleep so fast? The lights are off for 10 seconds. Like, I got it.
That's funny.
Well, Fred, that reminds me, Fred, that tonight's episode is brought to you by the future.
Oh,
the future, Fred. You don't know what's going to happen, but eventually, you won't be part of it. That's paid for somebody from the future, someone from the future, but you won't be part of it eventually.
Oh, okay.
You won't be part of the future eventually.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen, but eventually you won't be part of it.
There you go.
That's paid for by someone in the future. So the check to come through.
There you go.
It's true.
Time machine.
Time machine. Yeah. But yeah, so we did that. We went, and then we went to a restaurant that didn't have food, which was a real
Air Burgers.
Is it a restaurant?
It was a restaurant, and they're like, we don't have basically this part of the menu and this part of the menu. I'm like, so what? Why don't you tell me what you do have? And they're like, we have fried okra, which is delicious. Don't get me wrong.
I got it.
And we have pickles. And I'm like, that is not a restaurant.
You go to churches.
I would have much rather gone to churches. I feel like churches would have been. No, okay. See, here's what the mistake we made. This restaurant, apparently one of the chefs or one of the inventors was on like a Food Network show just like 2 weeks before that, I guess. And I didn't know about it. I just wanted to go try it. It was like Cajun food, man. Cajun food is delicious. We solved the murder of Lizzie Borden or whatever. And I was like, oh, how about some etouffee? That sounds nothing gets your hunger riled up like solving a murder, Fred. There you go. So let's get us some etouffee and some crawfish or whatever. And so we went and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get, I'm fucking Cajun or whatever. And they're like, yeah, no, fried okra and pickles. So I was like, oh, well, now we will eat nothing. Now we will go to Carrabba's, the fucking worst Italian restaurant that there is. Have you ever been to Carrabba's, Fred? It's gross. Everything about it is gross.
It's nasty. Yeah.
I ordered.
They play it up like as the best too.
Oh yeah.
They're like, welcome to Italy, and I'm like,
yeah.
They're like, welcome to South Italy, y'all. It's not South Italy. No, and so like there's this one kind of food, and I not to go into the food show part of the show.
Oh yeah,
because I did find a podcast the other day. No, I did find a podcast the other day where all they talk about is food, and then I was like, ooh, is that what we sound like when we talk about food? Because those dudes sounded fat as fuck. Like, don't get me wrong, I am fat, but like they were like they start off the show and like they talked about having diabetes. I swear to God. They were talking about having diabetes, like in the show, like in the intro to the show. God. They wrote a rap song, and like part of the rap was that they have diabetes. I'm like, you don't rap about that. No one raps about their diabetes.
Well, they do.
And then they're like, hey y'all, like welcome to the show. We got some Popeyes with it. He's like, I drove my Popeyes on the way to the show, and the line wasn't long. So I stopped the guy, and I was like, God damn, I need to go to the gym. Like I'm gonna put that shit on and go work out every time that I need to I need some motivation. Listen to these fat fucks talk about snacks.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you got a Popeye.
Listen to me talk about them talking about snacks.
In my tummy.
Yeah, they're like, listen, I'm gonna put that real close to the camera. Now, listeners, hashtag what do you think we are eating? These fried pickles are delicious.
No, it's terrible.
It was gross. It was super gross. So yeah, we ended up going to Carrabba's, and I ended up making the same mistake. Fred, are you ever like blind to certain like I'm food blind to one thing, and it's like something that I really love.
Chicken Alfredo.
I used to eat it all the time. No, God, no. And but that's essentially what I end up ordering every time. When that's not what I want. Yeah. I ordered chicken marsala,
right?
Which I think is chicken piccata. Because chicken piccata is what I want every time I order chicken marsala. And then when I get it, every time I'm like, this is not it. Yeah. And every time they're like, that's not what that is, sir. That's the lady, in fairness to the lady who worked at Carrabba's, I don't even know how she was alive because she had, I shit you not. And God bless her if she's listening, which she certainly probably can't hear.
Probably
but
not.
She had both her wrists had braces on them, like thick braces. Like she was real fat, real short.
Oh yeah.
So it was like a sausage casing, and it was just like, and like her fingers didn't move much, and she had a headband on, like a bandana on.
Oh no!
And I'm like, this is like a public place. You shouldn't be like wearing those colors with your fucking fat wrist. And then like she did the thing, and I'm sure you've seen this. I know plenty of comedians have done this thing. Where like she'd be like, oh, they had like the iPads, that they walk around with when they take your order and stuff or whatever, tablets. Right. And so she'd walk by and be like, oh, you guys need anything? And I'm like, oh, can I get like a refill of my, my soda? And she's like, sure. It'll be right out. And I'm like, how many fucking buttons did you have to push to refill the soda? And she's like, then she'd walk off and I'd hear her at the next table like, okay, bread's coming. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Just go get the soda.
Yeah. Serving, I couldn't do it nowadays. I used to serve a little bit. I couldn't do it.
Yep. I know.
I could do it.
Now you're serving people, or now you're getting served.
Because I know people ain't tipping like they used to.
You got served. No, I didn't tip. I did tip her probably better than she deserved, honestly. Not because the service wasn't good. It's just the food sucked. Yeah, I had to because I was like, I don't even know if she can touch pick up the ticket. Like, she didn't bring out the food. Some other dude who was very unenthusiastic, which I get, brought out the food, and he was just like, he kind of like laid it on the table, didn't even ask whose was whose. He just kind of like sat it down and walked off like real fuck this place, which I get that. I definitely get that feeling. That's the thing, man. I went to pick up an online order today from a store, like a clothing store that I had done, and the lady who was doing it, who was like doing the online orders, was also the returns and was also a cashier, all at the same time as one lady. Right. And there were so many fucking old white people in front of me. Like, I went to the first place and there was nobody there. And the lady was super nice. And she's just like, yeah, no problem. If you want online pickup, it's downstairs and around the corner. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, la, la, la. Well, maybe it's not so bad. There's nobody up here. Go downstairs. There's like 7 fucking elderly white people in front of me, all ladies, and all mad as shit that they were buying clothes. They were so mad at those clothes they were buying. and like, I don't know if it was just because I was there or what, but they all wanted to tell me about it. Every one of them was just like, hey, so I've been standing here. Yeah, they're like, I've been standing here for 14 years. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's true. And they're like, you know what the problem is? And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Like, here we go. Here comes something racist.
You and people in lines.
I hate people in line, and they know it. It's like animals, dude. I'm allergic to like so many animals, and all the animals know that I'm allergic to them. So they're like, let's go rub on this motherfucker.
Let's go rub around this guy.
Yeah, that's what all the old ladies
let's go rub up on this dude.
They're like, we know that this dude doesn't want anything to do with this conversation. He's staring at his phone intently. So what we should do is we should be like, hey, I've been standing here forever. You know why?
Speak louder.
Like, God damn it, no, why? And they're like, corporations. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I thought you were gonna, because for a second, like, the lady who was doing the check it out was like a younger African American lady. She's a super sweet lady. But I was like, oh fuck, here we go. And I was like, and I'm not, because she could hear. That's the thing about it, is the elderly people think that if someone is more than 2 feet away from them, or if they're turned in a different direction than that person is, that they cannot hear them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they can hear you. Everyone can hear you. The whole goddamn store can hear you, lady.
Yeah, they always think it's line of sight.
Yeah, like, oh, I can't see them. They can't hear me.
Yeah, the hearing aids are turned down.
Oh God, yeah, but no. And they're like, and of course, so like the first two people in line, and the story is boring, but it's funny. We're like there for a long time, right? Because again, it's returns, it's all this stuff, right? And like the one guy is a guy and his mom, I assume. And they're getting a card for the place. Like, they do the thing and they're like, oh, would you like to get a card for our store, for whatever, Mr. Shenanigans fucking shoe store? And they're like, I'd love to. And everybody in the line at the same time was like, God damn it. The old people were like, the old people in front of me, one of them was like, of course they're getting a card. I'm like, they can hear you, And then the other old lady was like, well, maybe they'll use it to get some new clothes. And I was like, oh, shit.
Damn.
Oh, shit. This shit is getting real. I'm going to get into a fight.
They fucking stamped it on them.
I was like, straight to it. Like, and I was like, God. And then they like laughed. And I was like, this is not right, man. This is just not. They laughed. They laughed together. They cackled like that Lizzie Borden bit.
See, that's what you got. You got, when you stand in line, that's like anyway, you stand in line, you got to talk to the people around you, man. They make the time go by.
Shit happens online.
It didn't make the time go by, but there was a guy, there was a Latino dude who was like 2 people behind me, and like where we were like by the big and tall section, because that's where I guess that's where all the fat people, as far as they can get before they can like return something or order or buy it. And there's a guy behind me, and he's like, hey, there's like, again, I almost took a picture of it actually. And no, it's not. This isn't
Was it Danny Trejo?
I almost sent a picture of this to you guys before this happened because I was like, oh, we talked about Tommy Bahama shirts like 2 weeks ago. There was like this really big Hawaiian shirt, and it was very brightly colored. Like you could not miss it in the dark. Like in the pitch black dark, you see it very clearly. And the guy's like, hey, next time I see Fluffy, I'm going to wear this shirt, man. And I was like, yeah, dude. But he was funny as shit. He just kept talking about, oh, I'm going to wear this. And like, he wasn't even fat.
Yeah.
He just wanted to wear like a size 6X. Like, he just wanted just this thing. So then they were school shopping. He was telling me about school shopping. And I wasn't listening, but you can't not listen. That's the problem. You have to.
No.
You don't want to, but you must.
Can't be rude.
Well, speaking of rude, I'm going to be rude. And we're going to take a quick break.
You're going to rip apart, man.
And then I'm going to rip a dude. Thank you, Allan. Home is where the fart is. We'll be right back.
The Black Lincoln Collective podcast will return after a word from our sponsors.
Farty, come here, boy. Farty, hey. What? Are you trying to tell me something, boy? What? The Black Lincoln Collective podcast? What? BLCpodcast.com? And Twitter? And YouTube? Farty! Thank you so much! Good boy, Farty.
Welcome back to the 103rd episode of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Fred is still
chilling.
What is?
Yeah, you are apparently. You're very chilling.
I'm chilling, man.
Now Fred is merely.
I feel good now. I feel relaxed.
I feel like you're going to be asleep in moments.
Probably. Let's go.
Yeah, Fred, out of in this escape room that is this podcast, Fred is the one who just got killed. And he's like, "I'm dead, guys.
I'm laid out.
I can't tell you any clues.
Nope.
I got killed.
It's in my butt crack.
Here's the knife.
Yeah, to get the key out my butt crack.
Yeah, there you go. It's like reach into my tummy. So welcome back, Fred. We're so glad that you were able to get out of your bed slightly.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Be here for us. Well, Fred, I know
trying to juvenate.
Trying to juvenate.
Yeah, I'm trying to juvenate.
Is that like rejuvenate, except before you do it again?
Yeah, I have, because I've already used my juvenation. I used my rejuvenation for the day, so now I got to juvenate so I can rejuvenate
for tomorrow. Okay,
okay.
So if you hear snoring, it's probably Fred.
I'm not gonna snore on you guys.
No,
I don't snore.
If I lay back, I'm out. You don't snore.
I breathe heavy.
Yeah,
You just breathe and make noises. Oh Jesus, that's way scarier. You sound like a fucking Wookiee. So, well, Fred, I know that you missed a lot of those. That's probably why you're juvenating now, is because you missed a lot of sleep last week.
Yeah,
when our boy Allan took his show on the road.
Yeah,
And obviously got a haircut and went to Times Square in New York City.
Yeah, I went to New York. Yeah, had a good time.
Did you go to Times Square?
No, I did not. I didn't. I went to Queens, and then I went to Long Island, and then I went back to Queens. And
you didn't go to Times Square?
Did you see any of our friends from the Pop Culture Pros Pop Culture Pros Network? Because you could have.
No.
They also live up there.
yeah, I didn't actually.
You
I didn't
could
think
have.
about it.
Should have went to Steve's house and got a sandwich.
Right?
It's not
Steve
long
lives in
door,
Florida.
Well, Steve lives in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could go.
He got out.
Should have went to his mom's house. I know his
should've gone to
mom
Tinder.
still lives in New York.
Yeah, well, you can go
Like,
there.
hey,
and,
Steve's mom.
You can go
I'm
to
friends
Steve's
with
house
Steve.
and
Like, I know Steve, and
Since you
she's like,
got
who the
your-
fuck is Steve?
your 3 or 4 timeshare dates that you take down there. You should.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I'll do
dude,
that.
get your
I'll do
timeshare.
that.
Hook it
I'm
up.
going down there.
He might be the guy who owns it.
Yeah, he might be.
It might be.
So Allan, tell us about your Allan About Town trip to the Big Apple.
Yeah, to the Big Apple. It was different. It was New York's actually it's the way the news portrays New York and all that. It's New York is still the same. It's busted.
Gritty,
and everybody's
dirty.
doing it. No, actually, it wasn't.
No?
That didn't seem.
Nah,
like
man.
I mean, it's a big
I don't
city.
believe it. I don't listen to the news, man.
In New York. Now, I did find out that in New York, you don't, they don't give you shopping bags. You have to, and you don't use plastic bags. You gotta
No
use
plastic bags?
Nope, no plastic bags. I went to
No
Walmart
American
and-
Beauty in New York?
Nope. I went to American Beauty. Yeah. I went to Walmart to buy some shit, and they didn't have a bag, and I was like,
Even at Walmart. How
Yeah.
is there a Walmart in New York?
oh, there, yeah,
Is it
there's
like a
Walmart.
bodega?
No, it's actually it was pretty cool because it was Walmart, but it had a bunch of Hispanic stuff in it. So it had all the kick-ass food and
Really?
shit.
Was it like-
Walmart?
Was it
Yeah,
tall
it's
like
Walmart.
I know it ain't like a big open warehouse like our Walmart. So like, do they build it up or like the groceries on the first floor and like
it was like the
cheap
neighborhood
sweatpants
Walmart.
on the
It
second?
was like the neighborhood type,
Weights and treadmills on the top floor.
yeah.
That's how Walmart
It was more
thinks.
like it was more like the food type of Walmart, and they had like the essentials.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like the neighborhood
Walmart
one.
neighborhood market.
Yeah,
Neighborhood market.
Probably
Now,
called Walmart
in-
neighborhood bodega.
in Long Island, they had like a regular Walmarts. They had the big
Sure.
ones with
Right.
the car
Really?
stuff and all that stuff in the back. Yeah,
God damn.
they had
So
that.
glad to
and,
know
That's a lot of money
Yeah,
for that land. And
Walmart has a lot
put
of
a
money.
Walmart. I know they do.
yeah. And I flew in from here. I flew into LaGuardia, and the trip in was great. You got there,
Yeah.
everything worked out fine. You got back,
This
and
is
on the
riveting.
way in, I was coming back home, and my sister dropped me off, and at the airport. So I went inside, checked in, going up the escalator, go down the escalator, go to the C terminal, and I go around the
Riveting
C-
fucking story, Fred.
I go around the C terminal, and there's this guy there with his pants down, just taking it grumpy.
Taking the shit right in the damn
Right in the
airport.
terminal, man. He was in
Did
the
he
terminal.
look like? Did he look like he was there to?
He belonged in the airport.
Yeah. Was he like a hobo that had wandered into the airport, or was he like there for a flight?
Honestly, I didn't do eye contact because if you do eye contact, it'll be like, "What's up, dude?" I didn't want to do that
They were like,
shit.
hey, look at this shit.
Yeah, so I just was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he
just kept on walking.
So-
Crazy shit,
And the thing
man.
was,
was the-
everybody, there was like 10 people, 11 people in front of me, and everybody did the same exact thing. It was
Sure.
like, just turn around the corner and just kept on going.
That's
And
the
thing
first
is,
lesson I taught my wife.
You look 10 paces down the road, man, and there's a bathroom, but no, motherfucker was out there.
Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
He had like a Bluetooth headset on, like with the earphones, but they were Bluetooth. He was just taking it grumpy.
DJ Khaled.
Man. Yeah,
Another
it was crazy. It was crazy.
New York,
Another one.
concrete jungle, I shit in the terminal.
He did. He took a grumpy in the terminal.
No
It was
need to
That's insane, man.
I just don't know that I can. I will say I've never shit on not in a potty of some sort, but like I don't know that I just feel like it would be so uncomfortable to not wipe. Or did he poop and then go to the bathroom to wipe?
I know I didn't get that far, man. I just saw. I mean,
You should have stuck around.
no, dude.
should've
Should
Should have been like, hey, bro, what's up?
No, and there was like a Starbucks and the Dunkin' Donuts
Sure.
and shit right there, and I was gonna get a coffee, and I was like, I'll just go
Nah.
straight to the. So I was
That
like, the whole
shit
time, I was
smelled
like,
of-
damn it! I want
Yeah, no.
The shit smells already in the air. It's probably done wafted in the Starbucks.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, by the time I got up to the top part of the escalator, you saw security, like the Port Authority guys coming
Sure.
down, and they were rushing. But
Porta potty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been taking my time. I'd have been taking my time. I'm not rushing down there.
Yeah,
Y'all
let's let
ready
him
to
finish.
shit?
you know,
Yeah,
they were
let
like,
him finish this up.
they had the radios, and they're like, I was like, oh man,
Put on the gloves.
It was a shitty situation for them.
You gotta be prepared, man. That's
It's solid,
insane,
Chief.
man. How do you just drop a deuce?
I don't know.
You gotta go. How you don't know if there was a line at the bathroom? You don't know.
No, the bathroom. I mean, for all I know, the bathrooms may have been,
Still, man.
the bathroom may have been
Right.
closed, and he's like, "Well, fuck y'all," I'll
Yeah,
take
he's
a
like,
shit
I ain't got
here.
time for this.
It was.
Got to do what I got to do.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
At least be like, don't look at me. I'm sorry.
No, he wasn't
apologize or something.
I mean, he had his headset. He was like, I bet you he was listening to the New York.
Yeah. Concrete jungle where you can poo where
you want to.
Yeah. Grumpy. Taking the shit in New York.
And you're like, this isn't Newark, you bitch.
Yeah, Newark. It's the Newark.
In Newark, that's expected. Yeah. Exactly. In Newark, you're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It's Jersey. I get it.
It was eye-opening. Let's put it that way.
That's the number one rule, though. Like you said, is do not make eye contact.
No, I did not make eye contact.
That's what, like, so, like, my lovely wife, who'll probably be on the show next week with her horror cabinet or whatever.
Spooky stories.
Yeah, her spooky chiffero.
Yeah.
Horror.
Tales.
Her spooky chiffero. Was that she would always like the victim of hobos and like bums because she would look at them and like make even the second of eye contact.
Yeah.
But she would always make eye contact and be like, hey, you got a nickel? You got a quarter, whatever. You got $23.43. Yep. And I'm like, bitch, come on. We got to move. Like, get. And so finally I was like, you just don't look at them.
Yep.
Just don't look at them. Don't look at them.
Can't do it.
Because the whole time I'm having to be like, no.
It's hard. It's hard not to look at them.
And they want you to look at them.
Yeah, they want you to look
and
at
he was at the bottom of the steps.
Yeah,
so when you came down the escalator, and you're going straight down like in a roller
in their eyes, man.
You know, like you're in a roller coaster and you're going down the roller coaster.
Yeah, you see it coming. There he is. You're on the escalator. You can't stop.
It's like, oh no.
That's New York busking, Fred.
You know, I started walking down the escalator.
That's what he should have did. He should have shit right at the edge of the escalator. So like you have to jump over the shit.
No, see, I like the idea of him doing it like right where the the handles go back into the escalator. Yeah. And so like it just smears it the whole
that's terrible.
Because there was like a wall. It was they had a wall and it had a column. Sure. So when you came down the thing and you look, there he was. I mean, you could see his head. You could see the headset. So what you do is you see the headset because he was like on his side, and then he just looks. And he's like smiling and listening. And when I noticed he was taking a grumpy, I was like, the opposite way. I'm like, hell no, I ain't looking at this motherfucker. Because he look at
Smokey back here taking the shit.
He
ain't gonna tell nobody else.
He loved it. That was probably made his day. That was he probably got laid over. And was like, you know what? Not having this. I'll get my revenge. I will get on the next flight. And this is how.
Local.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Yeah, he could have been. He could have been pissed at something.
Why don't you try to get him on the show?
No, I want to talk.
You shouldn't have looked at him. You should have just dropped one of our business cards in his.
Here, wipe with this.
Yeah, like you want to hear some shit? Look at that. That's what you should have. You should have walked around. People saying, if you guys want to hear some shit, here it is.
Put a Black Lincoln Collective sticker over his butthole.
Now, when I was younger, and I used. When I was younger, I used to party and I used to go to the beach and party. One day I had to take a grumpy and I took one in
take one in the woods. Yeah, but like you in the woods, though.
And then I covered it up.
Like a dog. You covered it up like a dog.
And I used the palm tree thing to wipe my butt like a big leaf.
Later that night, some guy and girl starts making out on the beach and start rolling around in it.
That was my revenge.
That is that was.
I forgot about that till just now. I did that. And the thing is, it was one of them walking ones because I was like, then I started walking, so it was like,
yeah. Some kids gonna be searching for seashells.
Yeah, they're gonna find it. They're gonna find a type of seashell.
They're gonna look, it's corn.
It's corn.
Look at that. What is it that you have, Alan? That you can't eat corn? That's revenge.
Ticulitis.
That's a diverticulitis. That's what that was the revenge. Yep, that's the reason why I can't do it because I took a dump in the beach.
Fred seriously looks like he's about to
piece of sand crawled up your ass and got a pearl up there.
That's right. And then it took over. Yeah, it could have been like a snail. You don't know. Anyway, well, Alan, I'm glad you had a safe trip. I know you went to go see some
awesome.
family. I'm glad you had a great time. Glad you saw your uncle that shits everywhere. I assume he was related to you in some way. Why not?
I hadn't seen no uncle.
White guy?
No,
He was a white. He wasn't a white guy. Okay, good.
No,
One for us.
He was Hispanic. He was represented.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's one of
told you.
yours.
Yeah, he was represented.
Viva la raza.
Compañero. No,
Yeah.
compañero.
Viva la raza.
That
That's
was
probably what he
another
said.
reason. It was like, no, I didn't look at because he'd be like, hey, what do you call? Yeah, give me some money.
I was like, no speaking English.
Boricua.
Like, oh, shit, I gotta
Get
go.
off, man.
I'm glad that you had a great trip. That's the main thing, Alan.
my
You
God.
made it back. You weren't covered in shit.
Nope.
That's pretty good.
Ooh,
honestly.
stinky doo-doos at the airport.
Yep.
That should be your DJ name, Stinky Doo Doos.
Stinky doo-doos.
doo-doos.
Hey, welcome to the Stinky Doo Doo and Fart Show. All right, well, we're going to take another quick break, and we will be back with more. Yeah, because we have to transition to the next thing.
Oh, we can transition.
Okay, we're not taking a break. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How am I supposed to transition from Alan's?
Well,
You're pooping in the night.
you know what else is in New York, Alan?
talk about
If
more
you was
shit.
in New York, you should have went by the Mattel
Yeah,
Corporation
why did you go see a
headquarters.
movie, Alan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mattel is headquartered.
movie like-
And you know what's Mattel is most famous for? Barbie dolls.
Oh.
Yeah, and
What you got there?
I see Alan is prepared for my Barbie movie review. He wore his pink shirt tonight.
Yep, and he's got the music going, and
Oh,
none
yeah.
of that.
Yeah. What music would Barbie have besides the Barbie song, that other song?
I don't know.
I mean, because
I'm a Barbie
Aqua?
girl.
well, no, they used to
Yeah,
have Barbie and the
Barbie
Rockers.
world.
Barbie and the Rockers.
Did it? I did. Yeah,
Well, that
I
was
guess they
Jim.
did. Yeah, they did have
Yeah.
Barbie.
Yeah, they had Barbie and the Rockers.
That was Jim and the
Jim and the
glam-
Geminis.
Oh, okay.
what was it? Jim and the
Jim and the Diamonds.
Jimettes? No, it wasn't the
Jim and the
Jimettes.
Jimettes.
Jim and the holograms.
Holograms. That's what it was. Yeah, Jim and the holograms.
That was there was a movie that was released in 2015 about that.
Yeah, that was terrible. I was
We're gonna
excited
watch
for that too because I
It's
used
got
to watch
Juliette
it.
Lewis in it. No,
Huh?
Molly Ringwald's in it. Who was Aurora
wasn't good.
Perrineau?
It isn't. It didn't live up to the cartoon.
It doesn't matter. It had Ryan Guzman in it.
Is that Hector's cousin?
Molly Ringwald. All right. Anyway, so what we
Just done the
did,
transition.
I told you we should have taken the break.
Take the break.
We can't take the break now. It's too
You
late.
can cut all this shit out.
No, I ain't cutting nothing. That's too much work, man.
Oh,
I was like, I cut
Okay.
all this shit out. Anytime I ask Alan to cut something out, he like doubles it.
yeah.
He's like, well, I'll just play it twice then. So,
Fine.
Fred, in
Yeah.
the spirit of fair use and communication, we sent you, our roaming reporter,
That's right.
to the movies.
The
sea.
movie.
The Barbie movie starring Ryan Gosling, right?
Oh man, you ain't gonna give Barbie top billing.
And Margot Robbie. No, isn't it all about the patriarchy?
Well, yeah, it's that's what happens.
Starring
Like,
Simu Liu and Will Ferrell and Ryan Gosling.
I mean, Fred is just like,
yeah, I went to
and
the
Michael
movie.
Cera.
I
No, dude, he's
went
gonna
to the
fall asleep
Barbie
any
movie.
second now. He really is.
It was my daughter. Like
Also, Emma Mackey,
she's the one that wanted to go see it.
Greta Gerwig.
We went, and it really wasn't a movie for kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there was kid stuff in it, but like it had more adult jokes. Like it had me cracking up.
Can I read you a review of Barbie the movie, before you, just to see if it's
Before I give
influences
my
you?
review.
Carl Johnson, 14 hours ago, wrote, "An unforgettable delight. Oh, where do I even begin?" And now you just tell me if this is true or not, Fred, okay?
All right.
I'm reading it word for word. Oh, where do I even begin? Barbie 2023 is a tour de force that has left me utterly captivated, enchanted, and spellbound. Every moment of this cinematic marvel was nothing short of pure excellence, deserving nothing less than a perfect 10 out of 10 rating. From the very, how long is this? Oh my God, this is a really long thing. Okay, we're going to keep going. From the very first frame, Barbie 2023 instantly transports you into a world of wonder and imagination. The stunning visuals and breathtaking cinematography create a visually vibrant landscape that is impossible to resist. Their attention to detail in set design, costumes, and visual effects was truly remarkable, making every scene a feast for your eyes. The stellar cast, I feel like AI wrote this. The stellar cast effortlessly breathes life into their respective characters, adding depth, charm, and charisma to the already flawless screenplay.
How long is this?
This is not even, I'm not even halfway. The talent on display is simply extraordinary. Each actor brings their A game, delivering nuanced performances that perfectly blend humor, emotion, and excitement. It's a testament to their skill and commitment that I found myself wholly invested in their journey from start to finish.
I thought this was Fred's movie review.
No, this is now Carl Johnson's movie.
Carl
movie
the cocksuckers.
3 hours worth of fucking shit. Musical story. What'd you think about the storyline, Fred? Because Carl Johnson thinks it was an unforgettable adventure filled with unexpected twists, heartwarming moments, and valuable life lessons.
Yeah, I thought it was good, man. Like I didn't know like what the story was gonna. I didn't read any reviews about it or anything like that. So I didn't know. Huh?
You should have just read Carl Johnson's thing out loud.
Yeah, you should have.
Wow, damn, Fred, you really got into this.
Yeah, wow.
Said you're
Yeah,
like,
I did. I mean, it was my movie. It was my movie review, so I was giving my movie review.
All right, let's hear it. All right, go.
All right, let's hear yours.
Movies.
All right. I mean, it was good though.
movie.
Like, I mean, I thought the acting was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, that's a stretch.
9 out of
But
10.
like, I give it a good 7. I give it a 7. I mean, the story was pretty good. How like he went and flipped
Spoilers.
the whole Barbie
Spoilers.
land. Yeah.
Who
But,
did?
I mean,
Ken.
yeah. Now y'all make me feel weird. I don't know.
Well, you said he flipped Barbie Land. Who did?
Yeah, he flipped like he thought like the whole thing was supposed to be like Barbie Land. The real world was supposed to be like Barbie Land. Barbie thought she fixed all the world's problems. You know what I'm saying? So she thought everything was perfect. And they go there and they see the real world. And all the dudes in Barbie Land are submissive. So they all cater to the
girls
Barbies.
rule. Yeah.
Right, girls rule. And,
All right.
and they
Boys
he goes
rule.
back to Barbie Land and tells all the Kens that, you know, like guys rule this shit, you know what I'm saying? And they take over Barbie.
Oh, and so they try to flip the script on them.
Yeah, they bring the patriarchy into Barbie Land. It's fucking it's hilarious. And then like Allan, you said you would fuck up the Barbies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd burn them and shit.
Yeah, you burn them and shit. So they have like all these different Barbies, and they have like a weird Barbie. And she's all fucked up with crazy hair and like shit all over her face. And they're like, yeah, that's what happens when you play with Barbie too hard. Like she's weird Barbie. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. I thought about that. I was like, yeah, I used to beat up the Barbies and tear their heads off and shit.
Oh yeah, cut their hair
so
and mark.
I made the weird Barbies. But I'd recommend it. But it was crazy though, because like we were at the movies and the Oppenheimer came out
right
this week. You know what I'm saying? And it was in the theater next to us in IMAX. So like we're 3/4 of the way to the Barbie movie, and the whole cinema starts shaking. You know what I'm saying? And you could hear the boom. I turned to my wife. I was like, yo, they just dropped the H-bomb.
And then you're like, and now I'm going to drop an F-bomb.
I was like, I
I
really got to go see that. I just want to see it.
Are you going to go see Oppenheimer next week?
I want to.
Go see it.
Because I heard that Florence Pugh has like a full frontal sex scene.
I don't know who that
I mean,
is.
I was
Florence
just-
Pugh.
Why would they put that in that movie?
Yeah.
Because, dude.
I would have think Barbie would have had a full frontal.
No.
Well, I know they couldn't do that with Barbie.
Yeah,
Why
they could
not?
show her plastic boobs. Just plastic. You know what I'm saying? They could
Because
just
life in plastic is
So when she was in the real world, was she plastic?
no. She actually like got to be a real
a real
person.
girl, Mom.
and like she has to go to the gynecologist. Like,
Oh, gross.
Of course.
So, kids
Everybody
movie.
wants to know, man.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the jokes were really good though. Like,
Yeah, but it was definitely for adults.
yeah, they were for adults. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the jokes were really good. I mean, real spot on. Like, they weren't force fed. Will Ferrell was a little over the top.
Sure. Well,
Like
that's kinda
Will
his
Ferrell
thing.
is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's quintessential Will
Sure.
Ferrell in this movie. So Mom the Meatloaf.
Overall, how many poops in an airport lobby would you give it?
Out of 10,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it 7 poopers.
7 poops.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna give it 7 poopers.
Just imagine, Alan, if there were 7 people lined up to poop right beside that other guy, 6
Like,
people
and-
beside that guy.
Especially like if you like listen to the songs like they play, you know, in the background, like they say like some funny shit. They say some hilarious, but you gotta be quick. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be quick.
So it was whoever wrote the script did a good job on it.
Right? Yeah, they really did. They really did.
Good. Well, that's what I heard from Carl Johnson.
Yeah, which actually
Tour
I
de
looked up
force.
Chat GPT.
Yeah,
review,
I bet you it's the exact same thing.
It was really, really close to that.
Yeah.
Sure. No one can write that much about the Barbie movie. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure it was good and everything, but you can't do that much.
It did. Yeah.
Well-
Carl Johnson. He's a Pulitzer Prize award-winning critic.
Reviewer.
Yeah, critic movie reviewer.
You gotta love him.
That guy, Carl.
Well, hey, Fred,
Accent
I got a question for you. The sponsor of tonight's Fred's Night of the Movies said, "Hey, Fred,
Yep.
you love your car, don't you?
I do love my car.
Don't you think its slick lines and tight body are sexy as hell?
Oh yeah.
Of course you do. We all think your car is, Fred. Fred, haven't you always wanted to do naughty things with your car? I know Alan has.
I don't know.
I see him rubbing his bare ass on your fenders in the parking lot. Well,
my
Fred,
car?
hey, I'm just telling you what
Come on, man.
I'm just telling you what's happening. Well, Fred, I know there's been only one little thing holding you back from making sweet consensual love to your 3 tons of throbbing hot metal that's sitting in your garage.
Oh no.
What's that one thing you asked, Fred?
Yep.
Well, of course, it's those unsightly lug nuts your metal mistress has always been ashamed of. But be ashamed no more, because our friends at Creep Daddy Customs have finally come up with a solution. That's right, Fred. Creep Daddy Customs, makers of the Carndom, the only way to stick your junk in your car's muffler, have just announced a new revolution in vehicle grooming, Lug Sluts. That's right. Let your nuts go nuts with Lug Sluts. Lugsluts.com. They're slutty lug nuts, Fred,
Slutty lug nuts.
so that you can bang your car
Get your cock out of my Chrysler.
and use the Carndom.
What if you have an electric car? It's like Barbie.
Hey, you still have lug nuts. You still have lug nuts. I think. I don't know. I don't know how
Tailpipe's
electricity
a little
works.
thinner.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but you don't have the
Like a girl with a tight tailpipe.
Right. Yep. And a nice muffler. Get it? All right. That was great. That was great. I'm glad we didn't use that last week. We were going to have that come on. Wouldn't have worked. Wouldn't have been appropriate.
Nah.
So,
Use
all
it.
right, Fred, you got anything, any parting gifts
Good.
for the people from Barbie?
I want to
Anything you would
say, before we get out of here, I want to say rest in peace, Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Sinead.
She died young, man. Oh, is she 53?
56.
56.
56. That's pretty young.
56. Name another song besides Nothing Compares to You.
Sinead O'Connor rap.
Oh, no, another one.
Nothing compares to you, too.
Yeah.
Still nothing compares to you.
Yes.
Prince wrote that song.
I thought she wrote that song and then Prince covered it.
No.
No,
Prince wrote it, she sang it, and then he covered it.
he covered it, yeah.
Is it a cover if he wrote it?
Yeah, that's right. It shouldn't be.
No, I don't know. Maybe let her borrow it.
I don't know how that works.
I know Prince. I know he wrote a couple songs for a bunch of people.
Did you know the
Did you know?
Red Hot Chili Peppers wrote that Butterfly song?
Butterfly. Sugar Ray?
No.
Or the
maybe.
Come My Lady?
Yeah.
You're my butterfly.
Sugar baby.
Really?
Yeah. Anthony Kiedis
Really?
wrote that. Yeah. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
I don't either. But hey, that's
There
great.
you go. That's your tip of the night.
Tip of the night. That's
Brought to you by
your
Creep Daddy
tip
Customs.
of the dick. By the Black and Collecting Podcast.
That's right. There you go. All right. Well, this was a weird one. We're still reeling from last week's show.
Yeah.
So thank you guys, everybody, for listening. If you've listened this far, God bless you. And feel free to send us money to shut us the fuck up. All right, everybody. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I'll see you later.
Yo, bye-bye. Damn it.
Yo.
Failed again.
Yo,
Bye bye.
I never can. Boom, bitty, bye-bye. Good night, everybody.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddies, sharing a special moment.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the men's side.
Oh, what a day. What a fucking day.
Well, that's all, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goddamn hip. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As you know, I'm a man of special needs.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.